U.S. Capitol Police now investigating death threats targeting Florida Congresswoman Cammack after her staff offices were evacuated on Wednesday when she received disturbing messages from pro-abortion activists responding to her Wall Street Journal interview describing her ectopic pregnancy.
Florida Congresswoman Cammack joins us now. Congresswoman, good morning to you. First of all, and most importantly, congratulations on your pregnancy. You're due in August, and we are so excited for you. But it was a journey getting to this point, and you recently opened up to the Wall Street Journal that you had a life-threatening complication after you became pregnant in May of 2024, May of last year, which is exactly the time the Florida near-total abortion ban went into effect, and doctors didn't know how to treat your case or even save your life. So tell us about that part.
Well, good morning to you both. And yes, it was a traumatic experience, to say the least. You know, it took about 10 days to discover exactly what had been going on. Doctors originally thought that I was just miscarrying. And then they discovered a very rare ectopic, actually one of the rarest and most dangerous types of ectopic pregnancies you can have. And so we rushed into the ER after being told, hey, when this ruptures, and it's not a matter of if, but when it ruptures, you will bleed out internally very quickly. And so I was given two options, essentially surgery that would have ultimately probably taken my uterus, making it impossible for me to have kids in the future, or a shot of methotrexate, which is a chemo drug. Now, this is right after that law had gone into effect. But of course, as we know, the law had exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. And every ectopic pregnancy is unviable. In my case, I was 5 weeks pregnant. There was no heartbeat, and no ectopic pregnancy is viable. And that's so important because the mother needs care immediately. But unfortunately, women's health care has been subject to the worst politic fear mongering that you can experience. And so they had actually been receiving, these healthcare providers had been receiving pro-abortion lobby ads to the tune of millions of dollars being spent on these ads that were threatening and scaring doctors away from helping women, saying that they could lose their license, they could go to jail. In fact, in the room, I had nurses and doctors showing me these advertisements, saying that they felt uncomfortable because they didn't want to go to jail. They wanted to help me, but they felt like they couldn't do anything. So I literally was laying on the table reading them the law. And it dawned on me as I was sitting there with my husband, this is what women are experiencing because of the fear mongering around women's health care. And it has to stop. The left absolutely played a role in making sure that doctors and women were scared to seek out the help that they needed. And so I think that this is a wake-up call. My story should really bring forward the national conversation that's long overdue about the lack of maternal health care. And really, I think it's important that we highlight that doctors aren't to blame, women aren't to blame. We need to get the politics out of women's healthcare.
Congressman, so you talked to the Wall Street Journal about all of this recently, and you started to receive threats from pro-abortion activists because you're criticizing not the anti-abortion law, but the fear that the left is bringing to the law itself. And one of the threats that you received, we would be better off if you hadn't survived. The only good Republican is a dead one. So tell us more about these threats that you received that led to the evacuation of your offices.
You know, it's really disheartening because I think my story has really highlighted a lot of the challenges that women feel when they're trying to go in and have conversations and, more importantly, take action on improving health outcomes for women and families. They feel like they're going to get attacked by groups, and I am that cautionary tale. We have received thousands of threatening phone calls, very disturbing calls, over 36 actionable, credible death threats, things that are so horrible, like I'm going to come cut out your unborn child and roast it over a fire. Things that I can't say on air. But what is really, really scary is the vitriol and the fact that people don't even want to look into the details or take accountability for their actions. They're proving my point that they want to resort to violence, that they want to resort to the fear mongering to shut down people who are in the pro-life community, who want to support women, who want to support families. And the most important thing I've taken away is not only do we have a literacy crisis because people don't choose to read the facts and they don't choose to read the articles, they just skim the headlines, but there's a basic lack of understanding about what healthcare for women is.
Well,
Ectopic pregnancies are not
Congresswoman,
abortions.
yes. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so sorry that this happened to you, but congratulations.
Congrats.